this your way, so you dey make me want to pray. So when I see your face, so I go follow you go your place.
Hey baby girls, what's up? It's your girl Yola here with another video for you guys here today. So as you can see, this is some beautiful dimensions of highlights from your neutral tone brown to your light blondes and all of the above. As you can see, these are some effortless curls that I eventually brush out to make this uniformity of a hair. Is it not bomb? And this hair is from Kendra's Boutique. I'm doing the replica of my own hairstyle that people really wanted to know how I did for one of my clients. She wanted the exact same thing, just a little bit cooler tones. So she ordered the same hair as me, which was Kendra's Boutique. As you can see, these are the products that I'm using in this video. You have to have two different mixing bowls, one for the 40 developer mixture and one for the 30 developer mixture. The closure is from another vendor, and I can put that down in the description below. So as you guys can see, I put a specific amount of BW2 in the first bowl, and I put a different amount of BW2 in the second bowl. I do not put the same amount in each bowl because the 40 developer, I did not need as much product. You want to make sure you label this, as you can see, so you don't get confused which one is a 40 developer and which one is a 30 developer. The one I'm currently pouring right now is the 40 developer, and you just want your consistency to be a nice thin mixture that you can spread evenly. As you can see, my client has 4 bundles that I have to have highlights for, so I wanted a lot of the mixture, so I didn't have to keep mixing. So I just keep mixing and mixing just so I get the consistency I want. You are going to need foil paper for the lighter parts of the hair that you want to have that blonde ashy cool tone to, which you'll see. So right here I'm just separating some of the hair, and I'm usually not in a space like this. I'm not in a confined space, but I had to do what I could in the space I was. So I just used an ironing board that helped me out, and I started out with the 40 developer on the hair. So I'm just picking sections out of the whole track, and I'm just picking some sections out. As you can see, they're not that close to each other because that's how highlights come about. I'm wrapping this part in foil paper because this is the portion of the hair that I want to have a different dimension in terms of being lighter than other parts of the hair. I do this separately in each one of the different tracks so that some of the tracks, when I'm sewing them, they have that cool effect of like uniformity of a light brown, a dark brown, and like a blonde tint to it, which you'll see how it turns out in the end as well. Like I said before, because I'm in such a confined space, I had to do it this way, but you can do it however you please, but just make sure you're separating the hair. And one tip I would also say is pull out different pieces of hair in terms of the sizes. So sometimes I pull out a larger size like you see right here in this frame, and then sometimes I pull out something like really tiny, so that gives like the highlight effect and to make it like a different dimension each along the way. So that's actually what gives the effect of it looking not too uniform, and that's what makes it look even much better. So don't forget the foil paper method for lightening some parts of your hair to make that dimension that you want. So the closure is kind of different how I do it, because the closure is not supposed to be as light as the other parts of the hair. So I also use a foil paper method here in terms of lightening some parts of the closure, because I want some of the parts of the closure to be brighter, similar to the hair, but I also don't want the entire closure to replica the actual bundles as well. So one thing everybody learns while dyeing or learning how to dye hair is that you really have to freestyle. I don't like just doing strict rules, because I feel like the hair comes out more like too uniform. So I always like freestyle when it comes to dyeing as well, because I feel like the hair blends better and it even looks better. So I just go ahead and I bleach my knots, and I think you guys know how to bleach knots by now. So we're just going to go ahead and show you guys the finished product of how the hair looks when I finish. As you can see, there's some browner tones, there's some blonder tones. Like, there's supposed to be a different amounts of tones in the hair, and that's what brings out the beauty of highlights, and that's how you're able to tell, you know, that they're actually highlights. So this is just me making a wig. I'm not going to speak too much about this part except for in some parts that I think you guys should know. I fast forwarded through it because there's plenty wig videos. If you guys actually want me to make a wig video, I will, but you know, that's just how it goes. Alright, so this part I actually want you guys to listen to what I do. So this is called the flip over method, of course. So I pin it to the other side of the wig so that it is flat when I am flipping it over. This helps me avoid any lumps and bumps in the wig. So as you guys can see, I'm tying it down really tight, and I do a double knot so that it's the flattest it can be, and I even pull on it to make sure it's secure throughout the part I am sewing. So as you can see, I just thread it and sew it, thread it and sew it. So this part is more delicate a little bit, so I'm just sewing on the closure. So I make sure I pull both sides. I sew down both sides of the closure simultaneously, in terms of I do one first and I do the other, but they both have to be sewn at the same time. I can't just sew one side down and then go back to the other side. You do this to ensure that the wig will be flat, that the closure will be flat, the closure won't have any lumps, and I just continue to sew down. And once I've sewn down both sides, I then take it to the back and I pin it down at the back, which you can see right here in this clip, and then I sew it down to make sure that it's flat all the way around. So after sewing it, this step is really important. Make sure you cut out the excess wig cap from the lace before you finish the entire wig. So right now I'm just closing up the wig with the top part, and then I cut off whatever is left over, and then I just get to styling the wig. I didn't record how I curled the hair, but if you guys want to see that, I can make a separate video of how to style hair, but I'll also link above in the eye how to style hair video that I actually did here on my channel for the replica of the same color. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the beautiful curly, bouncy, beautiful highlight hair replica of my hairstyle. You can see the highlights are peeking through the hair, and it just looks so bomb. Let me know if you guys want another video about coloring or highlights or styling or whatever hair videos you guys love to see from me. And I just can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you stay to the end, you are mad loyal. Bye guys.